Jesse, how long have you been playing hockey?
Since I was about 8 years old.
Who introduced you to the game?
I think my dad did. My dad took me out to the rink and bought me a pair of skates, and ever since then I've just been skating around doing crossovers, and I fell in love with the game of hockey.
You're an inner city kid. The Leafs have been busy the last few years developing outdoor rinks. Tell us about some of the rinks that you grew up on.
I grew up on Withrow Park Arena. It was an outdoor rink. It had caged fences, glass, and wooden boards. Choppy ice, but you learn how to control the puck a bit better. It's bumpy ice, but it's great. Just great being in Toronto.
What has it been like for your family, parents specifically, getting you to the rinks to at least get you to the OHL level, and now here you are?
Yeah, well, I owe a lot of this to them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here where I am now, and they sacrificed a lot of their lives and their time for me to be here, so I got to pay it back to them.
Where did the tough angle come from you? Has that always been a part of your psychological and physical makeup?
I've always been a hard player to play against, physical, but I've never really been a tough guy. Just started developing that midway through this season, and it's part of the game, and I'm going to keep it up like that.
What a great development year when you think of some of the talent you got to play against in that series against the London Knights, and then of course against Brampton. How did that develop you playing against the likes of the Tavareses and the Cody Hodgkins?
You want to play against the best to develop yourself, and I got to do that. I think when you look at those guys and you look how we did against them, it speaks for itself, but I think playing against those types of guys is always good for you and helps you out in the long run.
And then mentally, the challenge of the Memorial Cup and how far you guys had to come back to get what you achieved?
Yeah, that suits our team. We've always been a team like that, battled through adversity for the last 2 years, and I think winning it that way suits us.
And you get to go back to junior and learn to develop to get to the next stage. How important will the coaching staff be there in that franchise and getting you to the next level?
The coaches there are great. I think they're going to keep helping me improve and keep improving my game. And, I can't say enough about them. I really can't. They're amazing coaches.
Remember the first NHL game you saw in terms of watching the Toronto Maple Leafs?
It's tough to think that far back. I've always been a Leafs fan growing up. We'd, stay up past bedtime to watch the end of the game. But
getting to the rink at the Air Canada Centre?
Yeah, it's the first time I got to the Air Canada Centre. I think it was against Florida.
Yeah.
I think we played Florida, and I think we won, actually. So it was a good experience, and hopefully I can play in there one day.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.